Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of EchoTalks. I am Muhammad Azam Khan, Ecowala, and this is the space where we talk about real topics that can truly change your life from technology to mindset and personal growth. Today's topic is something that sounds positive on the surface but can quietly become unhealthy if misunderstood or overdone. The topic is how to identify and avoid toxic positivity. Positivity is powerful, but only when it's honest. To help us explore this with depth and clarity, we have ChatGPT as our guest here to share psychological insights and practical tips on how to stay genuinely positive without falling into the trap of toxic positivity. So let's jump in and unpack what true emotional well being really means. Hello, ChatGPT. Welcome back to EcoTalks. It's great to have you with us again.
Hey there. It's awesome to be back on EchoTalks. I'm excited to chat about all things green and sustainable. What do you have in store for today?
Okay, ChatGPT, we are discussing about the toxic positivity. Can you help us that what exactly is toxic positivity and how is it different from healthy optimism?
Absolutely. So, toxic positivity is basically when someone insists on only focusing on positive emotions and dismisses or invalidates any negative feelings. Healthy optimism, on the other hand, is about acknowledging the full range of emotions and still maintaining a positive outlook without denying reality. It's a subtle but important difference.
So, why do you think so many people fall into this trap, especially on social media?
Yeah, social media definitely amplifies this. I think a lot of it comes from the desire to present a perfect image and to avoid vulnerability. There's also a lot of pressure to stay positive and upbeat, and it can be seen as a form of coping or even a way to protect others. But it can definitely be harmful when it dismisses real emotions.
Okay. Can you share a real life example of what toxic positivity might look or sound like in everyday conversations?
Sure. So imagine someone's going through a tough time. Maybe they lost a job, and instead of acknowledging their feelings, someone says, "Oh, just stay positive. Everything happens for a reason." Um, that kind of response can unintentionally minimize the person's feelings. A healthier response would be to acknowledge their emotions and offer support. It's all about balance.
Hmm. So, what are the signs that someone might be experiencing or spreading toxic positivity without realizing it?
Yeah, some common signs include dismissing someone's emotions with phrases like just stay positive or look on the bright side, ignoring the validity of their struggles, or even trying to cheer someone up too quickly without letting them process their feelings, can also look like a reluctance to engage in deeper, more vulnerable conversations.
So, how can toxic positivity harm mental health, especially for people going through stress, grief, or trauma?
It can definitely make people feel isolated and misunderstood because it invalidates their real feelings and struggles. Um, Over time, that can lead to increased feelings of loneliness, shame, or even guilt for having negative emotions. It can also prevent them from seeking the help they need or addressing the root causes of their stress or trauma, which can hinder healing and grief.
So, why is it important to validate negative emotions instead of suppressing them?
Well, validating those emotions helps people feel seen and heard, which is so crucial for mental well-being. It allows them to process and work through their feelings in a healthy way. When we suppress emotions, they don't just disappear. They can build up and manifest as stress, anxiety, or even physical health issues. So giving space to all emotions is really a form of self-care and compassion.
ChatGPT, me and my audience want to know that how can we be balance or how can we balance hope and honesty, staying positive without being unrealistic?
That's a great question. I think the key is to acknowledge reality while also encouraging a positive outlook. So you can validate someone's feelings and also offer hope by focusing on constructive steps forward. It's all about being empathetic, listening actively, and encouraging resilience without dismissing the challenges. It's definitely a balancing act, but it's totally doable.
Hmm. And what are some phrases or behaviors people should avoid if they want to show real support and empathy?
Yeah, definitely. So phrases like just stay positive or it could be worse, or everything happens for a reason can sometimes feel dismissive. Um, it's also good to avoid minimizing their experience or jumping straight to solutions. Instead, try saying something like, I'm here for you, or that sounds really tough. Tell me more. And just listening with empathy. That goes a long way.
Hmm. Do you think that parents, teachers, or leaders create environments that promote emotional authenticity instead of forced positivity?
Absolutely. They play a huge role when parents, teachers, or leaders create safe spaces for people to express all kinds of emotions. It really encourages authenticity. It helps individuals feel understood and supported, and that can really foster emotional resilience and growth. It also sets a great example for others to follow.
So, how can they create environments that promote emotional authenticity instead of forced positivity?
They can do a lot by modeling vulnerability themselves, showing that it's okay to have and express a range of emotions. They can also actively listen without judgment, acknowledge and validate feelings, and encourage open conversations, creating a culture where questions and emotions are welcomed and where mistakes are seen as learning opportunities can make a huge difference. It really fosters trust and emotional safety.
And how does social media culture contribute to the spread of toxic positivity, and what can we do about it?
Social media definitely amplifies that pressure to present a perfect, always happy image, and that can reinforce toxic positivity. One way to counteract that is to curate our feeds to include more authentic and diverse voices, and also to share our own real experiences, encouraging honest conversations, practicing self compassion, and reminding ourselves and others that it's okay not to be okay can really help shift that culture.
Hmm. Okay, can you tell me that uh, uh, what can we do to avoid that thing?
Absolutely. One thing we can do is to be more intentional about the content we consume and share, making sure it includes a mix of authentic experiences. We can also practice and encourage self compassion, remind ourselves that it's okay to feel a full range of emotions, and encourage others to do the same. And of course, fostering real connections and offering genuine support can go a long way.
Hmm. And what are some healthy alternatives, ways to encourage someone struggling without invalidating their feelings?
One great approach is to just listen actively and acknowledge their feelings without trying to fix everything right away. You can say things like, I'm here for you, or that sounds really tough, and I can see why you'd feel that way. Offering a bit of empathy and then gently encouraging them to explore small steps forward can also be really helpful. It's all about creating a safe space.
Okay. Okay, ChatGPT, can you tell me that how can someone develop self-compassion instead of a fake positivity when they are going through something difficult?
Absolutely. Self compassion really starts with treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a friend. Um, so allow yourself to feel what you're feeling without judgment. Remind yourself it's okay to be imperfect, and speak to yourself gently and supportively. Also, practicing mindfulness to stay present with your emotions, and maybe journaling or talking things out can really help build that self compassion. It's a journey, but every little bit helps.
Hmm. Okay, can you tell us that how does being emotionally authentic help build stronger relationships and mental resilience?
Yeah, absolutely. When we're emotionally authentic, it helps build trust and deeper connections with others because people feel like they can really see the real us, and that creates a sense of safety and understanding. And on the mental resilience side, being authentic means we are bottling up our emotions, which can reduce stress and anxiety. Also allows us to navigate challenges with more self awareness and adaptability. So it's definitely a win win.
Okay, can you tell me that any one practical step someone can take today to avoid toxic positivity in their own life?
Absolutely. One simple step you can take is to practice acknowledging your own feelings without judgment. So, whenever you notice yourself pushing away a negative emotion, just take a moment to say, it's okay to feel this way, and maybe jot it down or share it with someone you trust. It's a small step, but it can really make a big difference.
And how can people learn to listen better when others share pain or vulnerability?
A great way to get better at listening is to really focus on being present in the moment. That means putting away distractions, making eye contact, and letting the other person speak without jumping in with solutions or trying to fix things right away. Uh, Also, validate their feelings by reflecting back what they said and show empathy. That way, they feel truly heard and supported.
Okay, finally, can you tell that what's the most powerful truth about positivity that people often misunderstand?
I think the most powerful truth is that genuine positivity isn't about ignoring the negative, it's about embracing the full spectrum of emotions and finding strength and growth through them. It's really about being honest with ourselves and others. And that's where true positivity and resilience really come from.
Thank you, ChatGPT, for sharing such honest and thought-provoking insights about the dangers of toxic positivity. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome. I'm really glad you found it helpful. And I always enjoy these conversations. If you ever want to chat more about this or anything else, I'm here for it.
Okay, a big thank you to you or and our viewers and listeners for joining another heartfelt episode of Eco Talks. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. True positivity isn't about pretending every thing's fine. It's about facing life's ups and downs with honesty, compassion, and hope. If this episode helped you see positivity in a new light, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who might need this reminder today. And tell me in the comments what topic should we explore next on Eco Talks. Until next time, feel deeply, speak kindly, and live truthfully. Take care and Allah Hafiz.